Hey, what's up guys? Alan here with EatSleepTrade.net. Gonna be bringing you guys a special video tonight. I went out and picked up a new recording mic, and I'm hoping that that will drastically increase the audio quality of these videos. And we're going to be taking a look at some of the swing trading positions that I am currently in and having a short review on them, let you guys know where I'm standing in the positions and where I'd like to see those positions go. So sit tight and let's take a look at these. Alright guys, first up, let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500. You could see for a second time now that 20-day simple moving average has held right into late mid-morning. It was kind of getting to that point where it's like, oh no, the 20-day moving average is giving out, and before you knew it, some buyers stepped back in and the market rallied back towards its highs, closed above that prior resistance area that you would like to see turn to support right around 2175, and also again held up that 20-day simple moving average. Nothing spectacular going on in the markets right now as far as the S&P 500 goes. We're just kind of staying up in this range, but again, 20-day moving average as our guide, and we'll just continue to watch that to see what direction this market is going to continue in. First up, let's go ahead and take a look at AMD. This one's just been an amazing trader. We've had so many opportunities in this stock again and again and again and again. It's just been absolutely perfect. Our most recent buy was right here, which is going to be on August 11th, and we are currently long from 658. We did have a high up here at 697, which is getting right into that range where I would normally lock half my profits in. And of course, in hindsight, 2020, you could say, hey, that probably would have been a good idea. However, I am still long that full position and holding. I love the way this stock's been holding the 20-day moving average. We've now put in a higher high over our previous high and looking to put in a higher low up here as well. So if we can hold to the top side of this wedge as well as the 20-day moving average, I think we got a chance at reversing and heading back up towards 7. Probably looking for a lock around 7 for half, and then a momentum push up and through 7. I will say on the last trade that we did, which was back here on July 12th, we definitely sold out too early. I actually sold out my first half of the position on the early morning ramp here when it gapped up, and the second half of my position about midday. I almost never sell both my positions on the same day, but watching this thing come all the way down, ended up rallying back up, I just felt like, hey, I should probably close them out. And of course, then the stock completely went a huge breakout after that. So nevertheless, trying to be a little bit more patient with positions here. So currently long 650, still holding a full position, looking for a move to 7 to lock my first half, and then a breakout up through there. Second position that we're currently long in is FSM. And this one really hasn't done a whole lot, but again, it's just a strong trending stock, and anytime we can find a consolidation or a pullback to a prior resistance turn support area, which is what we have here. You had the $9 area, you get the breakout, and then you start seeing that act as support, so you have resistance turning into support. And you can see the obvious consolidation off highs here now, so that's absolutely what we're going to be watching along with that 20-day moving average and that $9 support. So this consolidation right here is getting extremely tight, and the range is there to where we could see a nice momentum breakout to the top side. My first move, I'm looking for something up towards 975 where I could take my first half, and after that I'm looking for a move up and through 10. So right now, also just to mention, we are break even on this position. AMD, we are currently up a little bit right now, and FSM, we are at a break even condition, and my risk is below this $9 support area. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at GRAM. This one has been absolutely phenomenal for us. You could see the buy that we made here back on July 12th, and we got long at 744. I did lock half my profits here at resistance, which was 808, so I did get that for a 64-cent gain. And it's since then pulled back. You could see this big whipsaw tail that we had. Again, this happened really fast, within 5 or 10 minutes. And being in the fact that I was already profiting on this trade, I wasn't worried about this pullback at all. And that's one of the main reasons I love locking into those resistance areas, because 9 out of 10, you're not going to break right through resistance area. You're going to test it, pull back, and then find your way coming up through it. So we do currently still have half of our position long on this, and I've moved my stop loss actually up here to 845 to lock in $1 profit. I would love to see this thing really get going parabolic like it has in the past. Don't know if that's going to happen, but there's definitely been some signs of big buying. So we're going to keep it going, and for as long as the stock will let us stay in, we're just going to keep riding this one higher. Next, let's take a look at ORBC. Zoom in a little bit here. Another one that's been a great trader. It's been trending up for quite some time, so it's been really nice for us. You could see previous trade here, which was on 623, ended up getting long, selling out right here for basically a break-even day. And then, of course, a few days later, boom, ramps all the way up and gets the move that I was initially looking for off of here. And that's going to happen all the time, guys, so get used to it. Current position holding now, we entered in on July 27th, and we got in long at 10:35. We have closed out half of our position on this day here, which was August 1st when it broke out, and we were able to sell some at 10.78, and that was for a 43-cent gain. And we are currently still long half of our position. Even after the big red bar here in the sell-off, you guys can see that the risk is still right down here. So I currently still have long, or still long half, and you know, again, locking in at these resistance areas allows you to hold through a pullback or consolidation before a bigger breakout can occur. Next, let's take a look at CERS. And this one here, I got long on the 11th. Was looking for a nice pullback, bounce off the 20-day moving average, and a move back up towards these highs around 750. Obviously, that did not happen. I got long at 697 and ended up getting stopped out the day, I think, before yesterday at 685. Lost 12 cents on that. So you guys can see that when the stock moved against me, this is just a perfect example of that. I'm not saying I'm perfect all the time and that I always stick to the risk that I should, but this is the exact idea of how to become successful at trading. And it's not how many winners you have or how good your winning trades are. It's really about how you control your losing trades. And sticking to a proper risk on this mounted me a 12-cent loss. And as I just explained before, you know, even on Graham, I was able to lock in 64 cents. On ORBC, my half locked was at plus 43 cents. So, you know, I'm hitting 2 and 3 times on my winners compared to my losers, where I'm losing 12 cents, 20 cents, 15 cents. And that risk reward is really the key to trading. And it's the only way to be successful at this game. So there's a good example of a trade that didn't work out for me. Ended up taking a loss on it, but very simple, nothing major. Now, I still have it on watch because it is holding this trend, but we did break below our 20-day moving average, which is not uncommon. So I'll watch it for a couple more days, see if this trend actually breaks. You got support here at 671. So you know if it starts getting below that, the bears are starting to take over. Now, next, let's take a look at FH. Now, I am definitely not too proud of this one here. You could see my buy here. I was looking for like a flag type continuation breakout into new highs, maybe finally getting out of this channel. You can see the stock's been trending up nicely in this channel, and I was hoping to see that breakthrough. Didn't happen. Should have stopped out and sold here. I didn't. As you guys know, a lot of times I say I don't use hard stops because I hate getting whipsawed out in a 5-minute candle that does something like this just for the stock to continue higher. And now this is one of those situations where I didn't keep my risk set, where I told myself with the original plan that it would, and I kind of held a little bit longer than I probably should have. However, I have decided that, you know, this thing is trending up, and for as long as we can hold this trend, then, you know, I have a shot at returning back to this 250, 260 area. I'm not saying that's the correct way to go about it. The correct way to go about it would have been to respect my risk and take the loss when I knew it was going in the other direction. But for now on FH, I was long 239, and I'm currently down only 22 cents a share, so it's not a huge loss for me yet. And I'm basically going to be using this 195 and trendline support area to guide myself, and looking for us to get back above this 20-day moving average, and again make a move back up to 250, 260. And if we get in that area, I promise you I will be taking profits on there, at least half, looking for that bigger breakout. All right, guys, and last but not least, let's take a look at KBSF. Now this is more of a speculative type news play. And what really caught my interest on this chart first was the major volume bar that we had here. I wasn't trying to chase up into this major volume bar. I did wait for it to pull back and consolidate a little bit. We are now currently long at 37, so I am actually down 3 cents on this one here, and I do have a fairly large position in this. Currently going to be looking for it to turn around here like now, or I'm probably going to have to close this position as I don't want to get my risk too far out. And you can see there's been a lot of good pops in this stock up to 65, 75, where I was up 75, 80%, and didn't lock it in because I do feel like the stock does have a nice trend going right now. It's got a lot of good volume, and they actually just released a nice PR today. So I'm thinking that there's some information that somebody else probably knows, and this stock could be breaking out up towards this 83 area here pretty quick. So I'm going to kind of be patient with this, not recommending a buy on this at all. Again, just a speculative play. Most of the time speculative plays don't work out, but when they do work out, they can lead to some pretty big breakouts. And you guys can see from the volume here, just around 1 million volume is enough to really get this thing moving. So you get 2, 3, 4, 5 million volume, and we could have quite the breakout on this stock here. And one of my favorite stocks right now, just to give you guys a nice idea, one of my favorite chart setups that's out there right now is going to be CC. And we actually just had another recent trade on this one as well, which occurred here on August 8th when we went long, ended up selling up into the 1070s, 1080s, which was a great trade for me. Obviously, I still left some on the table because we did continue higher right up to this next resistance area at 1230, and we're definitely putting in a little flag right here. We're extended up over that 20-day moving average as expected after a big breakout like that, but if we consolidate here just under this 1230 area, I think we got a shot at making our next move up into this 1370, so I've got close eyes on this. Any type of volume or move to the top side of these lower highs will give me a trigger to possibly entry on that. Alright guys, and that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. If you guys want to see more of my swing trading position reviews and videos, please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know by liking this video and subscribing. I do pay attention when you guys comment. I pay attention when you guys like, and I always appreciate your guys' following and feedback. Also, don't forget to check out the website, eatsleeptrade.net. You guys can always stay up to date on all of our watch list. Also, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook to stay up to date on all the stocks that we are currently watching and trading. Every single one of the stocks that I just showed you guys, I posted the buy and sales live on Twitter every single time that I made those trades, so you guys can see exactly my process. What I'm seeing before the stock breaks out, how I sell half my positions typically or third my positions into resistance, possibly reload back up on pullbacks and support, and then again looking to lock that last half or last third into the larger parabolic type breakouts if and when they come. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Good luck into the next of the week, and we will see you in the next video.